Let's talk about this one. The top 5 social media companies are being sued by New York City for targeting children with addictive algorithms.
Yeah, and this comes on the heels of a warning from the U.S. Surgeon General, who says social media presents a profound risk of harm to the mental health and well-being of young people. Our guest this morning can attest to that. We are joined by Julie Scelfo, founder of Mothers Against Media Addiction, and Norma Nazario, who is suing TikTok over the death of her teenage son. So good morning to the both of you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
So Julie, we'll start with you. I mean, social media, technology, it's really so overwhelming, and it takes over so many of our lives. I have 2 girls who I have to drag away from their tablets, so I know that kind of addiction to it. So tell us then, for you, what made you decide to start this organization?
You know, we have an unprecedented youth mental health crisis, and it's wreaking havoc in children's lives, and it's just devastating families. I've been a journalist for many years, and I have just reported so many stories and met so many families whose lives have been upended and kids have been harmed and sometimes paid the ultimate price. So I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm a mother of 3, and I just couldn't believe that we're allowing this to happen to our children. So I wanted to say enough is enough. We need to ensure that kids can grow up with real life interactions and experiences at the heart of a healthy childhood.
Yeah, Norma, you know this all too well. You're holding a picture of your son, Zachary, 15-year-old Zachary, who died last year, right? Because of the use of TikTok. You're now suing TikTok. Can you tell us a little bit about, as much as you're willing to share, what exactly happened?
So due to the algorithms that these companies keep on pushing, especially TikTok, but that's the way surfing challenge, unfortunately my son kept on seeing, and then the algorithms kept on pushing, and unfortunately I guess he tried it, and
There's just so many things like this. The algorithms promote harm. They encourage children to do things that are very dangerous. And so a lot of times parents just aren't aware what their children are seeing. We've lost children to challenges, choking challenges, sextortion, online bullying. Fentanyl has been sold through social media platforms. There's a lot of risks parents aren't aware of.
Yeah, it's devastating. And through your pain, though, you are working, you've become an advocate. You're even working with the city. You did a public service announcement with the mayor. Let's take a look at that.
life is a gift, treat it as such, and stop worrying about followers. Family and friends are going to be hurt forever, especially a mom, you know, like me right now.
You know, is that your son?
Yeah. I am so heartbroken. I will never see him graduate from college, get married, have kids of his own.
Can you talk about your decision to be so outspoken in this fight against this type of addiction?
I have no words. You know, he gives me courage and strength to, you know, keep on saving other kids that, you know, will think of continue doing. So with surfing, if they plan or they steal, I just wanted to stop. I trying to do my best working with her, the mayor, and whoever else is, you know, by me to try to stop.
Julie, there's something called the Safe for Kids Act, right? Can you talk a little bit about that? Because of your case, by the way, Norma, TikTok has come out with a little bit of a stricter way that they talk about algorithms, but it doesn't go far enough in terms of this. The fight far from over here, but talk about that, the Safe for Kids Act.
At the end of the day, these tech platforms are making billions of dollars off of keeping our kids addictive. So the Safe for Kids Act makes it impossible for these companies to give the kids addictive algorithms. It's really good at addressing the underlying harm. So that's why we need our lawmakers to pass it without any more delays.
Yeah. Have you even heard back from TikTok? Nothing.
No, I haven't, no.
Oh, no response from that.
response.
And what does it say to you? The fact that they're not responding and not taking stronger actions to protect our children.
Protect, that it's like she says, it's to just continue making the billions of dollars, and that's all they care about. Who gets hurt and who dies and etc. They don't.
It's a
they
number.
Don't care.
It's a number and not a person and a family member and a loved one and a son. So the question is here: you have a lawsuit. The mayor has a lawsuit. There are countless other families who have a lawsuit. You have a lawsuit. What is it gonna take? Are they just looking at these lawsuits saying, it's another lawsuit?
Well, I don't have a lawsuit, but I have an organization, and we demand that our lawmakers act. It doesn't take much. There is bipartisan support for this bill, so all that needs to happen here is they need to vote and pass these 2 acts. We're counting on New York's lawmakers to keep our children safe.
We have to make sure our voices are heard.
That's
And you have a
right.
rally this Sunday.
That's right. This Sunday, 11 a.m., we're going to be in front of City Hall at City Hall Park. Everybody in New York is invited to join us, and we're going to lift up our voices. The actress Alicia Reiner's going to be there.
Yeah.
We want to make sure lawmakers understand it's their job to keep our kids safe, and they can't delay it any longer.
You know, there are probably a lot of parents out there, though, that say, it's not going to happen to my kids. My kids won't get drawn to that. What would be your message to parents?
My message to parents is try to keep your kids away from social media. Make sure that, you know, you see what they're doing, keep them away, and then come to the rally and help us to stop.
You know, Norma, can I ask you to tell us a little bit about your son? You know, you carry that picture everywhere with you. I know it's probably painful to talk about, but tell us about who he was.
Zachary was awesome, best son ever, and he would have made a difference. He was wanted to join the Marines to serve his country. Very smart, sports-like, and very funny.
Oh.
I miss him.
And I think it's important to show and to share these stories because it shows us that he is not just a statistic.
Yes.
He's a beautiful son to you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks
And it
for
could
sharing.
happen to anybody.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. I've met so many parents, and you don't even realize what's going on. And until you hear these stories, which unfortunately are only now becoming known, you don't realize it could happen to you. So we just want to keep kids safe.
Yes.
And thank you for your time.
Of course, thank you.
for having us.
Julie.
And thanks for being so strong to share your story.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.